What's going on, YouTube world? Austin Zaback here with another video, and in this video I'm actually driving around right now, and I'm doing what they call driving for dollars. Okay, if you've ever wanted to get into real estate, or maybe you already are in real estate, whether you're a wholesaler or you do fix and flips, or you do whatever you do, okay, it doesn't really matter. Driving for dollars is one of the best ways that you can go out and actually find leads. Okay, you can generate motivated sellers. Okay, you can do this as a wholesaler. You can find this for a wholesale deal, fix and flip. You could even go and pitch them on being a real estate agent and listing their house. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm driving around, and typically I want to drive around, obviously an area that I'm looking to farm. Okay, an area where I know that I can do a wholesale deal or I can get a listing. I'm familiar with the area, okay, whatever the case is like that. So I'm driving around here right now. I'm really, for the purpose of this video, I'll talk about this thing from a wholesale perspective, okay? You could apply this in the same way to being an agent, but I'm going to talk to you about it from a wholesale perspective. I apologize for the beeping, but we're only going 5 miles an hour in the neighborhood, so... I'm looking for houses right now that are distressed, okay? They look distressed, they look run down, okay? They look distressed or they look run down. So that's what I'm looking for right now. Now, what I want to, a lot of things can happen here. One of the things that I can do, I actually really like technology. I'll explain why. This used to be a lot harder than it is right now, okay? So, I'm looking for properties that are distressed and run down. There's a website that I can use. I'll put in the link in the description down below. There's no financial benefit for me putting it in the link in the description, but there's a website called sendfuse.com. Okay, SENDFUSE.com. You can actually type in a property address that you think looks vacant or run down. Okay, I'm looking for weeds. Okay, I'm looking for boarded up windows. Overgrown weeds, overgrown trees. Okay, I'm looking for, for sale sign, for sale by owner, anything like that. Okay, and I can actually type in an address into sendfuse.com, and Sendfuse will actually, you create an account with Sendfuse, it will actually create marketing on your behalf. Okay, so it'll actually send out a postcard or a mailer, okay, a letter on your behalf the second that you type in a property address, okay? Like as if you just did marketing on a property, okay? So you can either manually do this, you can manually go, you can knock on a door when you're driving for dollars, you can get out of the car, you can knock on a door, or you could use Sendfuse. Now I recommend that you use Sendfuse, so you don't manually have to do this, but you can get out, you can knock on a door, okay, you can handwrite a letter, you can knock on the neighbor's door, you can ask the neighbor, hey, do you have contact information for these people? Have you ever talked to the owner of this property? Do you have a name, phone number, email address? Really what you're trying to do is you're just trying to get in contact with the owner of the property to ask them if they've ever thought about selling it, okay? Clearly it's a vacant property, it's run down, maybe it's tenanted, something like that. So some other tips and tricks that I have for you, you're going to want to bring a legal pad, okay? You're going to want to bring a notepad where you can write things down, okay? I always want to keep track. Anytime I'm door knocking or I'm driving for dollars, you really want to know how many doors did you knock? How many houses did you do? Have all the addresses written down. Be descriptive. Why did you think that was a house that you wanted to find more information on? Were the weeds too tall? What was the mailbox really full of? Like a mail? Was there maybe a bunch of newspapers on the driveway? Was the windows boarded up? Maybe sometimes there's like stickers, from the city on the windows or the front door, like foreclosure notices or something like that. So these are all things that you want to keep track of, and I would suggest that you write them down, okay? You write them down next to the address, so that way because really when you're out in the field, you're just gathering data. Every now and then, I do recommend you hop out of the car, you knock on the door. You know, again, most likely you're probably gonna wanna knock on the neighbor's door though. Maybe exchange business cards with the neighbor, okay? Neighbors have an interest in helping you out because they're tired of this property looking like this. Okay, so you tell the neighbor, hey, look, you know, I'm a local real estate investor, you know, a real estate agent or whatever the case is, and I'm looking to, you know, get this property purchased or listed or whatever the case is, and help take care of you because, you know, this thing really looks like crap, as I'm sure you're aware, and I want to, you know, help take care of that problem, which will obviously increase the value of your home, you know, as well as the surrounding homes here in the neighborhood. So, you know, things that we want to keep track of, okay? Let's check out this house right here. So if you guys can see, I know that it's kind of tough to see right now, but if you can see this house right here, this is a house I would consider to be, you know, it's overgrown, right? The tree's way overgrown, the weeds are way overgrown, okay? The wooding, the siding on the house is completely rotten. You know, there's weeds in the driveway, okay? Again, you're not gonna be able to see this perfectly, but just understand that, you know, there's no cars in the driveway, okay? That is a decent example of what I'm looking for. I'm driving for dollars. So, you know, I would write the address down of this. You know, I could go talk to the neighbors. You could exchange business cards with the neighbors, get a potential phone number. Then what I want to do is I want to go home, okay? Once I've gathered all my data out in the field, I've spent a solid amount of time, you know, whatever my goal was. Maybe my goal was an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 8 hours out in the field, right? Now, I want to go home and I want to skip trace, okay? You're gonna wanna skip trace. You're gonna use a company maybe called like White Pages, okay? You got White Pages. There's some other skip tracing websites. You can Google skip tracing websites, okay? So Google skip tracing websites, and you're gonna wanna now start reverse engineering how you're gonna get this information, because let's just assume that the neighbors didn't tell you, or you didn't knock on the neighbor's door, you weren't able to collect that kind of information. You gotta go home now, and you gotta figure out a way. You gotta either market to these sellers somehow, but you gotta keep in mind, the seller, most likely the owner of the property, doesn't live at the property. So you gotta figure out where their actual primary residence is, okay? That's gonna show up on tax records. Okay, so now you can send a direct mailer to their house if you didn't use SendFuse, or you can use White Pages or a skip tracing software, and you can call them, okay, and you can actually pitch them via the phone, you know, or you can even go knock on their door or something like that, and ultimately, you know, start marketing to the people that you're trying to buy or list their house, okay? So that is driving for dollars. Really, the purpose of driving for dollars is getting out into the field and just taking action, okay? You're gonna meet people. You might have door knockers, okay? You might eventually have a team of people, but initially, it's gonna be you, okay? You're gonna be the one that has to go out and make this happen and make this a reality for your life. So go out there, make this happen, okay? This isn't really hard work. This is easy work, but it's nitty, it's gritty, and a lot of people don't want to do it. That's why a lot of people aren't going to succeed in the real estate business, okay? Because they don't want to go out there and do whatever it takes. So go out there, do whatever it takes to make it happen, make your goals and dreams a reality. This is Driving for Dollars 101, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.